Hello everyone, my name is Mariam Mokhtar. I have one question for all of you. Have you been on the KLIA Aerotrain? I have. And when it works, it's great. It's marvelous. Unfortunately for me, the Aerotrain has not once failed me. But for some passengers, they have been unlucky. In the recent well-publicized failure, passengers were forced to drag their luggage and walk beside the tracks to get to the main building. And that is not a pleasant experience, especially after a long-haul flight. So you see, the KLIA Aerotrain is supposed to be a showcase of efficiency. Travelers expect to glide from the main terminal to the satellite building in, I think, around 2 minutes. But instead, delays, stranded trains, and occasional walks along the tracks remain a reality. Some of you may recall the failures, the Aerotrain failures from 2017, 2023, and the incidents since new trains were installed last July, just a few months ago. Yes, there is a shuttle bus service, but haven't we spent several hundred million ringgits on the upgrades? But why are we still getting problems? More importantly, for many international visitors, KLIA is their first impression of Malaysia, and repeated disruptions risk tarnishing the country's reputation. Yalah, malu, sangat malu. In July 2025, MAHB introduced new Alstom Innovia APM 300R trains under the 742 million ringgit airport regeneration plan. Contractors were engaged to upgrade power supply, signalling and maintenance systems. MAHB invested in on-site monitoring and oversight, demonstrating their commitment to reliability and safety. But then what happened? And so, despite pumping in hundreds of millions of ringgits, despite these upgrades, service disruptions continued, including the ones on 15th October and 28th October, when passengers were forced to walk along the tracks once more. While the contractors delivered the upgraded infrastructure, the persistence of failures indicates that these problems are not random accidents. They point to deeper, ongoing issues in coordination, maintenance, and system oversight. The issues are deep-rooted, and they're not isolated. So what on earth is happening? We now have new trains, but they have stalled. So should we be looking at leadership changes as well? Will that improve performance? Could there be a better management strategy? What do you think? KLIA's Aerotrain has a long history of service interruptions. In 2017, like I said, passengers walked along tracks after breakdowns. In March 2023, over 100 people, I think 114 passengers were stranded mid-journey. Previous management delayed replacing the aging trains, the old trains, and they opted only for overhauls. MAHB has acknowledged responsibility at each stage, but reliability remains elusive. You and I know that the Aerotrain is more than just a transport system, because the Aerotrain is the first experience many visitors have of Malaysia. Repeated failures give the wrong message about operational standards and efficiency. For business travelers, tourists and delegations, KLIA is the gateway. It must reflect a first world level of service, not third world chaos. Perhaps you'd like to know what happens elsewhere in the world. Airports worldwide, they face technical setbacks, and yet decisive leadership and governance reforms quickly restore reliability. Heathrow, Berlin-Brandenburg and Tokyo airports all implemented rigorous oversight following operational failures. And they showed that systemic issues can be addressed with proactive action. To be fair, MAHB, the board of MAHB, has made significant efforts, new trains, upgraded systems, and contractor oversight. And yet the persistence of disruptions raises questions about governance, coordination, and long-term reliability. Should there be a leadership review at MAHB to strengthen accountability and prevent future failures? It is a question worth asking, while recognizing the steps that have already been taken. Now, the role of the Transport Minister, Anthony Loke, is important. Loke can ensure independent audits, review preventive maintenance, and enforce operational standards, besides fining MAHB if he thinks it's necessary. Oversight is essential to hold MAHB accountable, ensure contractors meet expectations, and restore both passenger trust and the nation's reputation. But right now you probably are asking, how do we move forward? We know that the Aerotrain can deliver fast, safe and dependable service. New trains and MAHB's efforts are positive steps, but systemic weaknesses remain. And that is a huge issue. Passengers should not bear the burden of repeated disruptions, and Malaysia's international image is at stake. Only decisive, proactive leadership from both MAHB and regulatory oversight will restore reliability, public confidence, and the first-class impression that KLIA should provide. Thank you for listening. Speak to you soon. If you like my videos, please press like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please also visit my Patreon channel if you wish to sponsor me. Thank you.